We are beyond excited to share the chronicles of Panel P, a brand new comic coming in early 2026. Written by Talking Comics podcast host AJ Ryman and co-written and illustrated by Mike L. Jure, Torque Arts Comics. Panel P is a heartfelt comic about courage, imagination, and the hero within. Sure, he may stir up a little mischief, but at the end of the day, he's the hero we all need. Expect variant covers, exclusive merch, and much more. Follow the links in our bio, hit that notify me on launch on Kickstarter, and join us on this adventure. Hey comic creators, artists, writers, world builders, this is your call to action. Here at Talking Comics, we love diving into the stories behind the stories. Whether you're just starting out or you've been in the game for years, we want to hear your journey, your creative process, and what fuels your imagination. So, ready to talk comics with us? Message us or hit the link in our bio and be a guest on Talking Comics.
Welcome to Talking Comics. This episode, we've got Brandon Gonzalez with us, DC comic talker on like all the socials, or the DC comic talker.
There we go.
On all the socials, links, and I'll have links to all that. But Annakhan's joining from home tonight because she wasn't here in my office with me today, and she wanted to join this episode. So she's with us from home. And then, where are you coming from?
I'm actually coming from Modesto, California.
Modesto, California. So the other side of the country. Okay.
We're
in North Carolina.
Come on now.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Lucas and Jeremy Renner. So
sweet.
From there. Mm-hmm.
Have you been to Skywalker Ranch?
I have not.
Okay.
Weird enough, I used to be in construction, and some of our jobs actually dealt with out there, but I never had the chance to do it. And I was like, why? I want to go out there and survey the area.
Right.
And they're like, no, because you'd nerd out too quickly.
Right. You'd be the one to, I'd be the same way. I'd get nothing done. Be like, ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that.
Where's your count? I don't know.
I don't know. What? You sent me here to actually do something? Wait. Oh, shoot. That's on my list one day when I get back to California. It's been a while.
One day.
Yeah.
So that Northern California is where I want to go.
Yeah.
Or visit. I'm not moving there.
I want to move here.
That's funny. So what got you into like comics, and give us a little background about yourself and all that?
So for me with comics, and especially DC, I grew up more of a DC fan. I'm not saying I don't dabble into indies or Marvel or everything. But mine was Batman the Animated Series. Getting into that a lot. I used to go to with my mom to her job, and she would bring all these little action figures and the little tapes that give you like the best of Batman or the best of Joker.
Ooh.
Little cassette tapes, and we used to play them, and I just sit there and play with my action figures, watch the truck drivers come in while I'm sitting there just like, yeah, I'm playing, But my first comic ever is actually the characters I'm covering this month, which is JSA, which I actually have right here. JSA number 1.
Oh, sweet.
It is it's my first comic I ever owned in my collection, and something I hold dear and near to my heart. I feel like for me, comics don't get better than that at points. And it's just a good story. This is kind of where I feel Johns was put on the map a lot. And I've actually appreciated Jeff Johns' work over the years. So that's kind of how I got into comics. Since then, of course, DC's my thing. Always has been. But indies, I do love Transformers. I love TMNT. G.I. Joe, I've dabbled into a little bit, but it's sometimes like, not my thing, and I'll put it away. I'll try to, so a little bit, but then I get into like, I'd rather go back to Transformers, just put that away.
Right.
I'll sit there and read that.
I picked up the silent missions over the summer.
How did you
like
like
6 silent missions? I liked it. I was shocked when when I read the first one. I'm like, wait, when I looked at the first one, because there's no words in them, And then I tricked my oldest daughter. I was like, here, read this. And she's looking at it, and I'm like, well, what'd you think? And she's like, so confused. It was so funny. But I actually enjoyed them. There was like a run of 6 of them, I think, but they were pretty good. Very easy to read. I will say that. But I dabbled in, like you, I was like DC was my first like got me into it, I guess, was like the 89 Batman movie and um Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and a little bit of like the movies, like a cassette tape, of cartoon movies you'd pick up here and there of a collection of just random cartoons.
I used to be like that where I only had the tapes, and then when I started making my own money, I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna buy the whole series and then sit there and just watch it," and I still do. Those shows are still like a yearly watch for me. I will put them
There
on
you
just
go.
in the background, and even while I'm editing or if I just wanna sit down and watch something, I'll watch Batman. Justice League was actually kinda like my first, like I actually watched from when it started till it ended, and just fell in love with the characters, and I think that's where I actually grew more appreciation for the JSA for certain episodes, like the Legends episodes, and then Unlimited brought in JSA characters too that I enjoyed.
That's awesome. What got you into making content?
So for a while, I actually ran a podcast called Comic Talkers. It was something I did for about 4 years, um, and just this year we ended. It was something that I enjoyed doing, but I feel like too, a lot of us kind of grew out of, we kind of grew out of it and we were kind of getting busier with our lives. And
Mm-hmm.
I still wanted to do content, but I think my thing was is not to go overboard with it, if that makes sense. Like I wanted to still make stuff and enjoy characters. But I feel like one of the biggest things for me when it comes to that is I I get people watch movies and everything like that, and they go off the movies as that's the Bible. That's the Bible for
Right.
superheroes.
That's the canon. It's the only canon allowed.
And I don't really like that. I was just like,
Right.
it's I get it. It's entertainment. There's stuff from the comics from there, but it's not the gospel. It's not what is canon in comics.
It's just
And
a version.
exactly, and I feel like that when people dive in, and I've seen some of my friends get into comics more, and it's one of those things, like, there's so many characters you can relate to, like, The Question is one of my biggest ones, and a lot of people don't even think about that character. It's just he's there, he's in the animated series, but there's a whole wide world that you can go in with The Question, and so I wanted to really explore that and share that with people and really do to get people into it more, I think is more my thing, is share my love and to gain knowledge too, and learn from.
That's been something that we've done is been, we started this, as like just something fun to do. And I started a work podcast in January of this year.
Mhm.
And it was like very corporate and very like 10 layers of approval for everything. So it was like, and then Annika comes in here one day. She's like, I want to be on the podcast. I'm like, yeah, it's never going to happen.
Yeah. Still
and,
haven't happened.
and she's like, well, let's do something. I was like, well, okay, we'll pick something, we'll do it. And she's like, comic books. I'm like, sold. Let's do it. So I've always liked comics and I've dabbled in them, not as much as, we are now and as serious as taking it as seriously. But she discovered them. It's coming up on a year. Next month will be a year ago. She discovered comic books and her readings just, skyrocketed. And I was like, okay. And then, a couple months later, she's like, I want to be on your podcast. I'm like, she's like, comic podcast. I'm like, okay, let's do a comic podcast. So I like literally set up a table, had a cheap webcam or maybe an iPad. I think we just set up an iPad. I'm like, hit play or record. And, I use the same software that, Riverside, right?
Mhm.
So I just like, okay, let me just try it and recorded an episode. And I'm like, okay. And then it was so much fun. It was something for her and I to do together. We were already buying weekly comics together and reading them. So we're showing those off. And, we don't go too deep. We don't go too serious. Um, on like, the mainstream stuff. We'll talk about it a little bit here and there. But we're more of just like, I think we could scratch the surface of, the mainstream. But then I started doing these interviews with creators, and I was like really nervous when I did my first one, and it turned out phenomenal. And I got to really meet the like indie creators behind the scene, you know, and I really loved. I'm loving that aspects of it. So now we've had people like yourself on that are just creators themselves. We've had, or content creators, artists, writers, lawyers, like,
So many people.
so many different people, and we have, our list is still going. Luckily, and it's been so much fun just getting inspired by the community and just learning the whole other side of comic books. So where, yes, I read Marvel, yes, I read DC, yes, Thor is my favorite, but there's so much other good stuff out there, to get into.
And I agree with you. I think that's why I love doing like the fan interviews when I go out to
Mhm.
cons and I'll go out there and talk to
Yeah.
people. And even though that board can be a pain in the butt because I'm sitting there trying to string it on my back and everything and try to walk around with it and it'll just break off. And it's like, come on, like,
Right.
but those interviews are so fun because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to be said. And sometimes it could be cosplayers and diehard fans, but it could be anime fans. It could be Marvel fans that come in and want to do that. And it's just fun to interact with them and talk with them about their love for not only just DC comics, but comics entirely. And just
Right.
to see, because my opinion might be different than yours. So it's kind of like,
Mhm.
I want to see that more. And I used to do it for my original podcast, and it was my buddy's idea who came up with doing the interviews. We go to cons all the time. And doing that, it was so fun because at first I was nervous because I always hate showing my face at points because it's one of those things like that's why
Same.
when I do my content creation, like literally, like that's why I do voiceovers because I'm like, I don't want to stare at a screen and try to tell you about this character. Let me show
Right.
you by this art and
Okay.
doing that. And I'm trying to do that more. Like I show my face with the interviews and I do like certain videos where I show my face. But I'm more comfortable in a 2-person environment or more than it is for me to be in by myself because I always judge myself harshly when I record and I'm looking
Oh yeah.
great.
I've struggled doing this by myself content
Yeah.
where I tried like 2 episodes I did so far where I've like read a comic book or tried to show off a comic. I'm like, I can't get it. I did start last week, her and we started playing with like the green screen on TikTok
Mhm.
and we were having fun with that. And and then like, what was it? Sunday. Like it took me 2 hours, but I made that Stephanie Phillips, Daredevil video. It took me like 2 hours to figure out. I ended up double posting it somehow. I don't know. I'm still learning. But but yeah, I'm struggling with that self content as well. But I definitely you and I need to talk because I've got to step up my live game for in person.
Trust me,
And
I'm new for that. I have
yeah,
my group that I usually do it with. We're gonna start doing like book clubs soon. We're gonna take a comic and we're
cool.
gonna discuss it. I think the first
Ooh,
we're
that
gonna
sounds
do
amazing.
yeah, we're gonna do the Action Comics 775 first, which is the first appearance of Manchester Black in comics. And we've talked about that. We've even talked about like comics people tend to not forget about. Like there was a Two-Face, an amazing Two-Face series who came out the last year and a half. And I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. And we were like, well, why not?
Yeah.
That's like Batman
Yeah.
Ego, but for Two-Face. And it just sets you in that whole tone of 2 different personalities. And it's just why not talk about it in a live where we can actually have people's opinions and stuff and have fun.
Yeah.
I can't show camera on my phone because my screen's all cracked up. So every time I see, they're gonna see like I look like a monster
Oh, that's
with
funny.
lines down my face. But doing voiceovers and just talking it over with people and enjoying it, it's just fun to talk about different books. Like
We're gonna start doing conventions, like getting a booth at conventions next year, and so I want to step up. I got to figure out something to do live, from the booth, kind of thing. And I don't know what it is yet, but I'm gonna figure it out.
yeah, if I can help in any way, let me know because we used to do
Yeah,
that
I'll
stuff.
definitely reach out to you.
Yeah, we used to
We'll
do stuff
chat.
all the time, and so trust me, I totally understand.
And it's like it's weird that I still have reservations about it because like I had reservations about doing podcasts, right? Like a year ago, you telling me I'm going to be on camera and in front of a microphone, like you're crazy. It ain't me. But now I thrive in it.
And that's the same thing with me, vice versa. I was always on screen with others, and now talking about making content like I do now, I was like, there's no way. And then now I'm learning it and teaching myself how to do it more and more. And now others are kind of like you and a few others. Now it's like, teach me. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll teach what I can, but
Hey,
I'm still learning.
we're all in this together. That's
Exactly.
that's my motto. Like
Exactly.
I'm here. I want to give a voice to the community, right?
Exactly.
That's like be my motto, our mission, or whatever. You know,
Exactly.
I know I don't know everything. I know I'm not the best at any of this, but we're having fun. I'm getting to hang out with my kid, you know, to do something fun. I'm meeting incredibly cool people, and we're all learning, and we're all here to support each other. There's no room for the hate and all the crap that goes on. But
And I agree. Like, you know, doing, like I said, even with the fan interviews, like I'm still working on the edit because there was a lot of audio problems, but I got to meet the one
yeah,
and only Mark Waid. And doing an interview with him, well, one, I had to get over my giddiness first because I'm like, "Hi, Mark Waid, how are you doing?" Sitting there being a nerd. But I just really loved talking with him. He just really
right,
cared. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. He did do the blind ranking board,
sweet.
but he did pull Batman and he put it back in and said, "That's too easy," and dropped it back in the bag and chose somebody different. It was really weird
Interesting.
because I've never had anybody do that. And when he did, I was like, he just, even my buddy was looking at me like, did he just do what I think he just did?
Did he just cheat in this game?
But hey, at least he was like, because all the other characters were more obscured. And he was just like, I'd rather
Right.
challenge myself. And so when he chose the last member out, he's like, okay, I'll keep this. And just went down the list. And he pulled 5 out of the bag. He didn't do the 1, 1, 1, and rank them blindly. He took them all out of the bag. And so
Uh,
my buddy was looking at me, he goes, "You gonna allow it? It's Mark Waid. Let
yeah,
it
he
be."
can do whatever he wants,
Yeah,
right?
I'm like, let it be.
Right.
It's like it was such an honor to meet him, and I sat there and talked with him for a good at least 15, 20 minutes. Nobody was at his booth, and we just sat there and talked. And just
That's
having
awesome.
love and getting to meet people and then that's what sparked more people to want to do interviews with me there at that con. It was just a lot of
Yeah, it's like a snowball effect, right?
exactly.
All right, what's your favorite Batman?
Okay, so we talking movie Batmans? I'm
Any
just
of them,
okay.
or one of each. I don't care.
Okay, so
You can
comic
cheat any way you want. I don't care.
movie. I'll start with movie. I'm probably going to be um, pretty. Well, it's not pretty blunt about it, but I do like Christian Bale's Batman. I That's
Very good.
where I fell in love with the Batman character more. Kevin Conroy is always going to be my number one, but movie wise, Christian Bale was like my if I can't have Kevin, it's going to be
Okay.
Chris.
All right.
Comic books. This is where things get a little difficult because I do like a lot of versions of Batman through comics. So I'll challenge myself. I'm going to go outside and do an Elseworld story. I do like Red Son's Batman. I do like that whole concept of Superman, kind of like Superman in the regime of communist Russia at the time, kind of being, the downfall for him. And now instead of him being a hero, he's becoming something totally different that can damage the government there and everything like that. It was intriguing to see that. It was just a different twist for him. Batman Ego is another good Batman. I enjoyed the whole conflict of Batman and Bruce Wayne sitting at a table and talking. Um, it just there's so much Batmans you can go into that
Right.
it's just there's so much love for the character. Over the years, and this might be a hot take, I've learned that I don't so much love Batman. I love the Bat family more than I like Batman itself. I'm a big Jason Todd fan. I'm a big Dick Grayson fan, and
Yeah.
going into those more, I've grown an appreciation for that. I think that's also why I like Dick Grayson's Batman for a while when him and Damian were Batman and Robin. And I just love that concept that it was not just father and son, it was brothers. And doing that with each other just always was a fun way to do it.
That's awesome.
So, question for you guys: who's your favorite Batman?
Yeah. Well, so movie wise, like when I was a kid, of course it was Michael Keaton, right? That was my first real introduction. Michael Keaton, Jack Nicklaus, as Joker, and like just an amazing movie. Then a little bit of the animated series. So far, as far as comic I've read The White Knight, which I thought was a really interesting take on the Joker. The Batman was okay. Batman was Batman in that. The Absolute Batman is absolutely fantastic right now. Like,
No.
I know it's new, but like it's got to be high up on the list. The Broke Batman is pretty awesome. And then the Hush 2 series I'm reading, the current one that's coming out. And that one's all right. And then I guess the other Batman that just came out too, just Batman. There's 3 issues out, I think. I've read the first 2. That one's decent so far. I'm really interested in this Joker issue coming with Absolute Batman. See what they're gonna do with that.
So funny enough, when it came to Absolute, it was my friends who got me talked into reading it. At first, I was kind of like, I'll just read a little bit. I want to kind of see what I hear about it. And then reading Absolute Batman, I was on the beach, just sitting there reading that and BCKO #1 on the same day, and all of a sudden I was like, what's going on here? Like, it's like, well, DCKO made me cuss on the beach because I wasn't.
Yeah, I did not enjoy that one really. I read it a few days ago.
But just having that, it's just so, it was such an intriguing take for Batman. Like, you can always go Batman Who Laughs, and I think that was kind of one of the better little twists that they did with him. I didn't like what came after with the whole, we got a Doomsday Batman, we got a Wonder Woman version of Batman and Aquaman. It's just like, okay, this is just going too much.
Too much.
Like, just hit me Batman Who Laughs. That was such an intriguing take. Leave it up. And
I haven't read that one, but I've heard a little bit about it. I got to read it.
It gets a little weird. I'm not going to lie. Like, Snyder's good at writing Batman, but we can all admit it does get a little weird at points when he does his thing.
When I first read Absolute, the first issue, and like he shoots Alfred, and Alfred's is like a really badass mercenary instead of, just the butler. I was like, this is crazy. I
Where
really
are we going
like
with this now?
Right? I don't know if I should say it now, but I was going to give you a trick or tip or, an inside note. So the A in AJ stands for Alfred. That's my first name. So I've always been a Batman fan because of that. And I used to tell, like, people would ask me what the A stands for, and I'd say, well, it's Batman's butler. And if they didn't know who that was, we didn't need to be friends.
Wow. It's amazing.
Now, I also have a question for you guys now, because now I know that with the Alfred part. Who's your favorite Alfred that we have seen? In either live action or animated or whatever it may be.
I loved the one in the Michael Keaton ones, like 89, in the 90 Batmans. He was really good. Just a classic actor, old school actor. The guy that played it in the Christian Bale Batmans was really good too.
Right there.
Michael Caine, right. He did. I've never seen a bad Alfred. Like, I don't know that I've ever seen a bad Alfred.
Yeah. Because like you have, I think, like, I didn't care for Michael Irons playing Alfred in the Justice League movie and Batman Superman. I was like, it's there.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
I can never get past him playing Scar from Lion King, let alone now you're playing the nice guy. It's just like the new Batman. So the new Batman's Alfred is Andy Serkis, who's Golem.
Right.
So
and that's a little weird.
Yeah, it's like you can't sit there. Every time I saw him in theaters, I was like, I'm sitting there like,
Gollum. Yeah, Andy Serkis does not belong on camera, like, without CGI.
Yeah, voice roll or CGI, I'm fine. Like,
right.
Well, he played a decent Claw in Black Panther. I didn't mind him in Black
he
Panther.
did.
But
he did.
But he still had CGI on him. He still had the robot.
Yep, he did. That helped, right? Yeah, I do agree though. Those are not lower on the list for sure.
Now, what about you,
The
Annika? What would you say is your favorite Alfred and favorite Bat?
My favorite Alfred is my dad.
Yes.
I mean, he was the first Alfred I ever met. I mean, like,
Oh, that was great.
just
I'm so
saying.
glad I have that on recording when you're 16 and I can play that back.
We'll post
my
that.
God,
We can
no.
post that on the same day, AJ. We'll just sit there now. There's double proof you said it.
Right?
Anyways,
5 years from now, remember that time you told me I was your favorite Alfred?
Right? And it's on camera. This is fantastic. This will be a reel next week, I promise.
yeah, which I'm editing.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. You didn't edit any for me this weekend.
Forgot.
She did start. We'll go back to the question. Yeah, exactly. You're getting a copy.
I'll take care of it. I'll send it your way.
She wanted to start. I was in here editing, reels one day. Like usually every Sunday I edit a lot all day, and she's like, I want to try one. I'm like, okay, go for it. Get a break, right? And she did really good. And I taught her a couple things in Riverside, and then I logged in on her computer in the office in her room over here, and she made 3 or 4 for me that day. It was awesome. But then yesterday or this weekend, yesterday, it's only Monday, she didn't want to make any for me. So
I forgot. I just wasn't in the mood.
All right, Annika, we derailed, but I appreciate the derailment.
No, trust me. I love it. I don't care. Like, that's the stuff I love.
Who's your favorite Batman that you've seen?
So I haven't read a lot of comics that Batman was in. Probably the one from the Harley Quinn animated series.
Ooh, okay.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a certain episode, and it's hilarious. I forgot which episode it was, but
describe what happened.
Okay, so he's like sitting on a couch eating ice cream because he got dumped by someone, and it was hilarious. And he just wouldn't get up. No, actually, you need to watch that episode. It's hilarious.
What season was that? Because I might have not gotten there yet.
Don't know. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll check after the episode.
You can check later. It's fine.
Yeah.
I thought she was explaining the plot for Lego Batman there for a second because I thought this was...
Okay, Lego Batman was really good too.
It was. I'm never denying that movie. That movie's a great movie. I watch it.
He is great. Grumpy Lego Batman is fantastic.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
Like
amazing.
We do, and you followed us, so I appreciate it. But I do a movie podcast on the side, and literally we did that with Semi Pro. We watched Semi Pro's Will Arnett's one of the announcers in that movie, and my buddy, he's watched it with his kids. He watched Lego Batman the next day. He goes, "Man, I can't get past that. Like all I hear is his announcer voice from Semi Pro. I can't get
that'd be funny.
Grinding." I'm like, and I sat there and watched it the next day too, and I'm like, yeah, I can't get past that either. Like, it's so creepy.
What did you think of the Superman movie this summer?
I'm still gonna say this. Do I think it's the best Superman movie ever? No. There's still works to be done with it. Do I feel James Gunn, this should have been his first movie? No. I feel like there was others that he could have done. In this universe a little bit more. It's just because I think I've been on that trope of we've gotten so many Batman, Superman movies within the last 3 decades, that it does get a little too much. And it's just like, why do we need to focus on mainstream characters? Like how he introduced Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl, even though I didn't like Hawkgirl in the movie. I kind of got annoyed with her character a little bit. But Mr. Terrific, having those odd characters come into play, even Metamorpho, I thought those were that's what I see with James Gunn. I could see James Gunn doing stuff like that. Do I think it gave us our best Lex Luthor portrayal? Yes, it did. I do like
It
Nicholas
was
Hoult.
very good. Yeah.
I love Nicholas Hoult as an actor, period. And when he was announced for Lex Luthor, I was like, okay, I'm curious. And when I watched that, I was just shocked. I was just like, wow, he did such an amazing job here. And Superman, I enjoyed the film. I have it. I have it in my own collection, everything. It just I feel like there's still stuff to learn. And I do feel like it can I'm hoping we get the second one with the whole Warner Brothers situation with them almost
Right.
selling, and we don't know what's going on yet. I hope we get more, but I'm kinda like, I wanna get other characters before we get another Superman film in the future.
I think it was a huge step forward in the
Yeah,
Superman universe as
agreed.
far as quality of movie. I thought it was a huge step. I don't think it was perfect, but it was good for a huge step forward. I think it's a
Yeah.
good way to put it.
Especially after the whole like, I love Henry Cavill as Superman, but the writing for those movies do get a little wonky.
Right.
But those yeah, the whole Superman getting and I feel like James Gunn, like, one of my favorite things in it is he has Christopher Reeve's son in the movie as one of the
Ah,
reporters. He was one of the reporters for them, and just to see it, it's just like you can tell he has that love for Superman, and he has that love for old movies, everything. It just showcases his love for these characters more and more, and and I
have you read Absolute Superman?
I have.
I have not.
I actually
You
have
have?
the first volume right here. I enjoyed it. I
I have the first volume. I haven't read it yet, but when I discovered just recently, because I'm horrible at this game, that Jason Aaron wrote it, I was all over it because I'm a huge God of Thunder series fan. So
I have you been reading his TMNT runs that he was doing there?
I haven't
Good
read
stuff.
those.
Like
It's
it's
good.
not as good as like The Last Ronin. It's not as good as some of the other stuff IDW was doing for a bit, but it's up there. Like I actually have enjoyed what they've done with
The Godzilla versus Thor this year
it.
was probably the best comic I've ever read. And I don't know why. And I think it's just nostalgia because I read, the God of Thunder series, when it came out,
Mhm.
and I had them, right?
Right.
And I was reading stuff, and then I got that and I read it, and I'm like, okay, this is like, because it just threw it back. There was tie-ins to the God of Thunder series. So it was 100% probably fan
You
service
bought
to
like
me.
10 copies.
I did. I bought every cover there was. Well, probably not like too many variants, but but I bought all the main covers.
All. Keyword.
All.
All.
Just like see, Annika's first comic book was Harley Quinn. And that's what she found. She's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's a comic book." She's like, "Can I get one?" I'm like, "Get a couple of them." She got 2. I think within 3 or 4 days, she had like 50 because I just bought them for her because anything to get her to read, right? And
And
go ahead.
my mom, Annika would probably love my mom because that's how she got into comics. So I've always been a proponent of parents getting, having like something like that. I think that's also what sparked me to do my content. Um, because my mom got into Batman the Animated Series with me, and that was her introduction to
Awesome.
Harley, and she is obsessed with Harley. Anything Harley Quinn, she's got to have. I took her to one con only. I've only taken her to one. And when she sees the first appearance of Harley Quinn, she goes, I want it. And then she looked at the price. Oh, I'm never coming to a con ever again.
Yeah, those first
Wow.
appearances can get expensive.
Well, yeah. Like
What's the first appearance of Harley running?
I believe it was Batman Adventure. So it was about the Batman the Animated Series. I can't remember the exact issue. But it's a famous cover with Batgirl, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn in the background. I can't remember the exact issue number.
We have the facsimile for it, but we don't have the
Yeah.
actual.
Yeah, like when I saw that, even at cons go higher and higher, like I had the first appearance of Darkseid, and I paid, I think it was like 200 for it. It was from my boss, and he didn't know what he had. He says, "Give me the whole collection. I'll give you." It was a whole bunch of Mr. Miracles by Jack Kirby. and including the first appearance and Darkseid. And he's like, give me like 200 for all of them. It's like, you sure you want that? Like, that's expensive. And he goes, yeah, I don't want them. And I'm like, you take my money now. Like, I'll just walk off with
Right?
it. And he had me look in all his other collection and everything. Like, oh yeah, if you want any of these, I'm like, he had like the first appearance of Galactus and Silver Surfer. He had a lot of stuff
Jeez.
that I was like, man, you don't even want to know what landmine you're sitting on right now. Like, these are
Right?
fantastic. And he goes, you're DC though. It's like, doesn't mean I don't dabble in the Marvel. Like, I
Right?
know some of these
Yeah.
first appearances. Do you collect any of them? No, because I don't want to spend that money.
Yeah, we saw a couple first appearance of Thor's last weekend. You know, one was $8,000, one was
They
10
were
grand.
only a little bit out of our budget.
A little bit, yeah.
Little
Okay,
bit.
get a job. Jesus.
I'm trying to be nice.
I know. You gonna get it for me for Christmas, Annika?
Yeah, you want to give me some money?
No, not for that. Not that much money.
I got like $1, maybe.
What's one thing, like, you've got a fan base, right? So what's one thing you've learned from your listeners that you enjoy?
And that's a good question to ask, because I feel like with me, when it comes to that, it's like I said before, everybody has a different opinion.
Mhm.
How characters are looked at or perceived. Like, I work a lot with a lot of content creators, Talking Geek being one of them. So shout out to him, and also I'm the Con Tour Guide. And our lives, we always have different opinions and how we look at something. I feel like sometimes, I've learned from my fan base that sometimes doing more obscured characters and doing things like that is better than doing more prominent characters. But not only that,
Right.
how I'm trying to find the right way to say it. It's like, you always take into account what they want and what they want to see from us. And for me, like, I look at the views, I look how everything looks at comments, and having that moment where you just sit there and you go, okay, maybe something doesn't work. Yeah, it's downgrading to like me because I love that stuff. But I feel like sometimes I've learned too, it can't just be my content and what I want to do. Yeah, I have to have the passion for it, but I also want to challenge myself and learn what others love. And I feel like that's a lot what I've learned from the fan base is that sometimes having that and learning what others want is more important than what you want.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great advice. You know, that's something we've dabbled in a little bit. I do enjoy getting the comments where people are like, or the message like, "Hey, you're doing great. We love your stuff." I'm like, "Oh wow, thanks." You know, that actually means a lot to me.
Right.
You know, and I've had a couple hater comments, and I'm like, whatever. I take the Gary V approach. I don't care. So, you know, hate me all you want. I'm still gonna do it. You know, you just hate me because you're not doing it. So,
Right. And I think
Yeah.
everybody's different that way. Like, I used to be like that too. I used to really not like that. If people are not going to like my content, they're not going to like it. But sometimes it's a matter of just listening to them and seeing where they're coming from. And sometimes even though, like, I've had comments, like, especially my DCAU stuff that I was doing for a bit, like, I didn't know that, or people don't realize that, or I didn't know director or writer had some say in that. And it's like, yeah, they did. It showcases a lot of stuff that people, I feel like I've learned even more people like trivia stuff, and having that moment with them to really talk about like background stuff and all that people don't tend to know. It's fun because then you get more reactions and you see what others feel.
yeah. I love the trivia part, and Annika does too. That's her favorite part, and you know, doing this and that,
I
and
like
trivia
grading
questions,
people.
and you know, sometimes the trivia repeats, and I'm like, I was really worried about that to start with, but I'm like, you know what? That's actually okay because opinions can change, or you know, new person's gonna see it. You know, it's like it's perfectly okay for that to repeat and have fun with, and then Annika has it. So, do you have any other do you have questions for us? You want to ask some
Well,
questions?
yeah, absolutely. So I guess
Sure.
we got a few questions for you. So I
All
know you
right.
guys, I've seen you guys be Batman fans through your content and everything like that as well. Who's your favorite Batman villain?
Villain. Well, I know Annika's.
Wait,
Well,
is
yeah,
Harley
but
Quinn considered a villain?
she's an anti-hero more,
Yeah,
I think.
if you talked before Snyder's New 52 run, I would have probably given it to you for villain, but she's not really a villain a lot anymore. She's an anti-hero.
Yeah. I was about to say she's gonna pick Harley, but she's more of an anti-hero. Villain, I mean, I have to go, Joker
Okay.
for,
Yeah, Joker,
is
'cause
mine.
it's a classic.
That's the first one I remember, is Jack Nicklaus being dumped in the thing and wiping his face with the makeup, and the laugh, the chatterbox and chatter teeth. And
You ever dance with the devil on the pale moonlight? Like, just
exactly. Where does he get all those wonderful toys?
Yeah.
So classic. But definitely the Joker for me. If I had to pick one, that'd be it. All right, Annika, who is yours?
Joker, because it's like a classic.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
You're picking Joker too? And Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill voiced the Joker. Can't.
I remember running into Mark Hamill at a con. It was Fan Expo that goes around all through the United States, and I was there to meet some Star Wars people. I got to meet Ahsoka, the girl who voices her, Eckstein and Hera, and we were actually there. We got tickets to go meet the Hobbits from Lord of the Rings. All four of them. We got to be on the panel with them and stuff. But
Sweet.
I remember going to Mark Hamill. He was there. I was like, oh, I'll go see. And I saw how much he charged, and I was like, ain't gonna happen. Like, that's my paycheck and a half. Like, I can't do that. Like, there's no way. And but then I got to meet Carl Weathers before he passed. It was about a few months before he passed away. And so everybody was talking Star Wars with him. I remember going up there and I was like, I got you. And I was like, I want you, Italian Stallion. And he just went off the whole Rocky bit with him. One of my favorite moments I ever had at a con was with him.
That's awesome.
And doing that, but yeah, going back to like Mark Hamill's Joker absolutely is iconic to me. Mine, well, again, I kind of always put on the fence of depending on who's writing him, if he's a villain or not, because he can be turned. I do like Mr. Freeze. I'm a huge.
I was noticing that in the White Knight. He's not a villain in the White Knight.
No, and
I was like, okay.
And I always feel with me too when it comes to that. I always feel that if Batman funded or Batman did something to help him, I don't think he'd be a villain. I always feel like if Batman said, "Hey, let me help," I don't think he'd be a villain. And we've seen that multiple times where Batman has helped him. But if I had to go pure villainy, it's Rage. Ra's al Ghul to me is one of my favorite villains of all time. Every time I see him, he's more calculated. He is a spitting image of Bruce as a villain. Like he is. What if you were still Bruce, but you were a villain, not like the polar opposite like Joker is? Rage is just one of those people that I just love, and that he's just very meticulous about every little thing he does. And I'm not a big Bane fan. I'm not a big Riddler fan. Even though I like Riddler, he's not my go-to villain. Rage has always been my go-to. And then Clayface would be another one I think people don't give a lot of credit to, and he is a
he's been underrated. He is amazing in the Harley Quinn series.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you guys can see right here, but I actually got to meet Ron Perlman, who voiced him in the Batman the Animated Series. And I just met him at this con about 2 months ago. Met him, and it was really cool because a lot of people didn't go up to him because of Hellboy and Sons of Anarchy. And so when I met him, I was like, oh no, I'm meeting him for either Slade from Teen Titans or I'm meeting him as Clayface from Batman the Animated.
So you said people didn't go see him because of those two?
They went up to him. It wasn't that. What I mean is that they went up to see him more for Hellboy or
or Sons. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
when I got to meet him, I was like, I want to meet you for Clayface. Like, I don't want to meet you for anything else. And he's like, yeah, a lot of people don't talk to me about this. And so just sitting there and talking with him.
Right.
But then
I had a similar experience like that years ago.
Oh, what was the experience?
Well, it was Michael Rooker, right, who played Yondu. This was before he played Yondu. But I was working in this company that was we made military items, and he came to visit our shop, and he walks in and he's like, you know, did a tour and came up to everybody, said hi, and then he's like, hey, I brought, you know, if you guys are interested, I brought some headshots. I'll sign them for everybody. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, you know, he set up in like the conference room and we all went up there, and everybody, of course, that I was there with picked his Tombstone pictures, right? Because, you know, they loved him in Tombstone. And I was like, no, I want the Days of Thunder one. you know, him on the Harley and the Days of Thunder. And he was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, that's like awesome. If you had a cliffhanger one, I probably would have chose that. But
yeah, I forget.
Like I said, that was before
Yeah.
he got the Yondu role. So
yeah, like if you met him now, would you go up to him for Yondu, or would you still go up to him for somebody else?
I'd still go for Days of Thunder.
Yeah. Like,
I'd probably ask him if he remembers going to our shop just to see, because I'm sure he does.
hot take, I am not a big Tom Cruise fan. So, like, when I run my movie podcast, that was a movie my buddy pitched for a long time to do. And so I watched
Days of Thunder.
Yeah, and I've never seen it because I don't like Tom Cruise and I don't like Nicole Kidman. And so anytime I see those two in movies, I'm like, no, not my thing. But then I heard Roker was in it, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. And that was literally, to me, the best part of that movie. Like him and even their manager, Randy Quaid, like just the fun parts of it. And even Robert Duvall in that movie was good.
Robert Duvall and the old guy that smoking the cigar.
I can't remember.
He played the head of NASCAR. I can't remember his name, but
John C. Reilly was in that movie too, if I'm not mistaken. Too, that was one of his first.
There was a lot of good people.
Yeah.
I was born in Daytona, so Beach, Florida. So it was kind of, you know, the hospital that he was at. I was like, you know, there, you know, born there. So, and I don't know. I really liked that movie. Days of Thunder was awesome. Of course, Top Gun too.
Yeah, like my favorite Tom Cruise film overall would be Few Good Men. Like that was really one of the only movies I can actually like stomach him in. Like it's nothing with anything, like it's just I don't know why there's something with his acting that just rubs me the wrong way, and it's just like I don't like that. Like
rubs the Academy the wrong way too.
Yeah, well, like when it comes to Top Gun, it's like I was rooting for Iceman the whole time. Like, yeah, go man! Like I wanted Val Kilmer to come out on top.
Rest in peace, Val Kilmer.
Yeah, like you know, like even him, I didn't like his movies until I watched Tombstone with Val Kilmer, and I just really loved the character. It just, I'll be your Huckleberry. Just have that little cockiness to him, just made him fit.
He's very good.
Yeah, like I think I always loved him for Batman because he was not my favorite Batman at all.
Right.
But he was decent.
Yeah, but him in that and in Heat, his reprisal role in Top Gun Maverick was really good.
That was a good scene. I actually cried during that scene. I'm not afraid.
Yeah, that was tough. And yeah, of course, Tombstone. Even though it's probably a hot take, not comic related, but it's Tombstone related. I'm a bigger fan of there's a Kevin Costner Wyatt Earp movie.
Yes.
That's so much better than Tombstone because it covers more of the history, right? And I'm a history buff, so it covers like the whole story.
Well, fun fact, did you know Kevin Costner was actually offered that role for Kurt Russell?
Really?
He was offered the role and he turned it down because of that reason. He says, I already did this. Why do I want to do this again?
Want to do it again.
And he just axed it. It was actually really clever. When I was reading that, and it was actually a podcast we did on us because we did cover Tombstone. And just saying that, I was like, no way. Like I would have even offered him that. Like I was like,
like, why would you even offer it?
Yeah. But like
that would be like people would think it was a sequel or something. Yeah. I don't know.
Like even Kurt Russell, I think if I'm not mistaken, Kurt Russell was going to play. He wanted to play. Oh gosh, what is it? Ringo, not Ringo. Who Val Kilmer's role? I can't remember his name for some.
Doc Holliday.
Thank you. I don't know why I was blanking on Doc Holliday for some reason, but he wanted to play Doc, and then they said no.
We got a Doc, which turned out to be the best Doc.
And they gave him Wyatt. And
I will say that Val Kilmer's Doc Holliday is better than I can't remember the guy's name that played it in the Wyatt Earp movie.
I
with Kevin
can't remember
Costner,
either, but I know I
that's
agree
gonna drive me
110%
crazy.
there. Like now we talked about this beforehand. Now, Annika, I do have a question for you, and then I'll go to AJ with this, with the different blind, or not a blind ranking, but it's a this or that situation. Okay, and you agreed to do villains, so I did come up with the list for villains for you. If you're ready, we'll go ahead and start. We'll go. Pretty much what will happen is you'll have two characters. You choose one, and it'll go to the next round until all the way to the end. Okay, and there's no changing or anything. You have to stick with what you stick. Okay. So I am going to start you off challenging a little bit more. We are going to start off with Lex Luthor or the Joker. I'm going to get the two hard ones out of the way first, and then we'll go into more interesting.
Okay.
So which do you choose?
Oh, we're starting now?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're starting. Lex Luthor or Joker?
Yep, Luthor or Joker.
Oh my god. As villains?
Who's the better villain in your eyes? Who's your
This
favorite
is
villain?
hard. Hi.
Now you know what it's like to be on my side of the table.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go with the Joker.
Joker. Okay. Okay. So we will go to Joker or Cheetah.
Joker.
Joker. Okay. So I'm going off my notes here. I had it here in my head there, and I lost it there. Then I did it again. Joker or Darkseid.
Oh my god. Okay. Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Wow.
Okay.
That's hard when you keep the person that wins the previous round. It's like, Mortal Kombat.
Trust me,
This
I
or
did this
that.
with my buddy the other day. We did horror movies, and I literally had Psycho. When he nailed Psycho, it was like 20 rounds of Psycho, just winning each round because I was like, "You're not gonna get past Psycho for me." Like that's
Right.
because I should have put it at the end. Yeah, you should have. But let's go to Darkseid, or I'm trying to think of my next one here. King Shark.
King Shark.
King Shark.
100%.
King Shark is great.
100%.
All right, we'll go with King Shark or Captain Cold.
King Shark.
King Shark. Okay. Okay. We'll go to King Shark. Or I'm trying to remember my other note here because I was thinking I was using my Funko Pops today because I was like, oh, I got to count which ones I have. We'll go King Shark or Gorilla Grodd.
Wow, that is hard. Oh my god.
What have you seen or read with Gorilla Grodd in it?
There was like a Valentine's Day special thing that I got like a long time ago, and there was like a little story in there. It was like a one shot with several stories. There was a Gorilla Grodd story in there. That story was
Gorilla
really good.
Grodd in the We Are Yesterday event was really good.
Yeah, it was.
King Shark or Gorilla Grodd? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have to stick with King Shark.
King Shark.
Fair.
Okay. Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now we're gonna go to another Task Force X member with him from the last movie they did. King Shark or Polka Dot Man?
King Shark.
King Shark. Okay. And your last one is going to be King Shark or Sinestro.
King Shark.
King Shark.
King Shark wins.
Yeah, King Shark is a great character. That's why I said, like, I even do them when I make these lists. I'm doing it in my head, like, how would I put this?
Right.
And
That's
that
tough.
first match, I was like, yeah, like I might have went Lex a little bit just because I like that conniving side, but I actually had Sinestro winning the whole thing in my head. It's like Sinestro is like my favorite character, villain all time, and one of them at least.
And Kevin Smith directed an episode of The Flash with the King Shark, so that would be
like
Kevin Smith's awesome. But the live action King Sharks have been amazing.
Like I'm a big fan of Sylvester Stallone being the one that voices him in the movies. It just was a weird role that you would have never thought he would have did, and it just makes sense.
Right.
Kevin Smith, though, one of my favorite directors, one of my favorite comic book writers. He did the Green Arrow series in kind of in the early 2000s and made me fall in love with the character.
Yeah.
Very dialogue heavy, but it's worth it at the end.
Yeah, I want to read some of his Daredevil. I've read a couple of his Spider-Mans.
Have fun.
I hear is it good? Is it not good? Is it
It's
bad? Is it
good.
hard? Is it...
There's a scene in there. I'm not sure if you want this on your podcast, but there's a scene where he actually has Mysterio be one of his villains for a little bit.
Oh.
But he psychs him out where Daredevil actually throws a baby off.
God.
And Black Widow saves him. But it was just the point that I was like,
that it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh. Yeah, I remember that's how one of my friends said, that's how I sell it. You want to see Daredevil? Get off the roof. It's like, no, I don't.
I don't actually.
Get off the baby of the roof part.
Right?
When I hear that, I'm just like, why? But then I was like, yeah, it's Kevin Smith. There's probably no rhyme or reason to it. It just happens. Like,
he was bored.
He's not even
he dropped a marshmallow off his desk and was like, huh.
He's not even supposed to be there today, right? A little reference.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
But all right, AJ, you ready for your list?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, so you chose heroes.
I did.
So I am going to make you go the same way as I did Annakhan, and I'm going to have you start with Batman or Superman.
Batman for sure.
Batman.
Easy.
Okay. Batman or the Flash?
Batman.
Batman. Okay. Batman or Green Lantern, Hal Jordan?
I am getting a better appreciation for Green Lantern, but I'm still going to have to stick with Batman.
Batman.
Yeah.
I almost chose a villain for Annakhan for that, where it was Parallax, because I always liked Hal Jordan as a villain, or I liked him as a hero. And because I always liked Jon Stewart, but that's why I said Jon Stewart and Jessica Cruz are my two favorite Green Lanterns. So we'll go. So you had Batman, so you go Batman, or I'm going to give you his first protege. We're going to go Nightwing.
That one's hard.
He was cool. That one is hard, but I'm not. He kind of went emo on me in the White Knight. Was fighting against Batman, so I'm going Batman.
Batman, okay. Batman or Wonder
Strong.
Can he make it the whole way?
We'll see. We're going to go Batman or Wonder Woman next.
Again, Wonder Woman has gained a much more higher. I have a much higher appreciation for Wonder Woman. Was not a fan of the movies, the TV show back in the day. I remember watching when I was a kid a little bit. It was all right. But the absolute Wonder Woman is fantastic.
Yeah.
But I still got to go with Batman.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I agree with you. Absolute Wonder Woman's actually doing really good. And I've actually enjoyed it. It's actually one of my favorites.
I can't wait till they meet. I think that's coming up soon.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for that. Like, just seeing the setup we've gotten so far, it's like, okay, I'm looking forward to it. We go to Batman or Aquaman.
Again, Aquaman's pretty cool. Who don't like Jason Momoa walking around shirtless, but I have him as a Fortnite character.
You do.
But I do.
You do.
But what's her name ruined that movie for me.
Amber.
Amber Heard, so I gotta stick with Batman.
Batman, okay. So we go to Batman.
That's what I love about these is the content it creates.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's everybody's opinion, everything like that. That's why I said, like, doing the JSA members for two of my good friends that was hard for me, because it was just like, there's so many I could go with, and I don't know what to go with now. And doing JSA villains is which is coming out soon. That was the most difficult list I have ever had to make, because it was like because they don't stay, like, there's some good ones, but there are like ones that take a long time. That's like, okay, how am I going to get this? Like, how am I going to write this and justify this as a villain for the JSA? So I got one more for you. Ready?
All right, one more. Batman's got a chance here.
Batman or Captain Marvel, aka Shazam?
Gonna have to go Batman for the overall winning. He made it all the way through. Again, I am getting a better. And unfortunately, it's what I know more of Batman, right? And and I started out as a Batman fan, and I'm slowly getting that appreciation for the other characters.
Exactly.
And so, that could change in a year or two, but right now, Batman, out of all what you mentioned, is probably at the top. Trying to think of another DC character that I would pick over Batman.
I almost threw Hawkman in there, but I didn't know if you really wanted a whole bunch of cons mixed in there. Like,
I'm trying to think, who would I pick over Batman?
That's why I threw Nightwing in there. I was like, I probably would have bought.
Now, if you would have said well, I don't know. It would have been close if you picked like Robin, like the Chris O'Donnell Robin, or
yeah,
it'd have been close.
You're reminding me of my Robin obsession.
You do have a Robin obsession.
Hey, there's nothing wrong. Okay,
nothing.
I got it.
She keeps finding them in the dollar box, Robin comics. I'm like, whatever,
Hey, Annakhan, if it's okay with them too, I actually have a collection of Robin comics that I'm actually going to be getting rid of. I actually bought the little, like some omnibuses and stuff like that just recently at a con.
Wow.
If you'd like them, I would love to send that to you. I bought them for $1 as well. So trust me, I'm a dollar stripper too. So anytime I'd love to send that to you guys. So you guys have.
She would love that. So I'll send you our address.
Sounds like
or you might already have it. It's in that link. I publish it, whatever. It's my mom's address, so I don't care. My office is over here at my mom's house, but I spend my days over here to help her out.
Oh no, I'm not.
Don't rob us, please.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think that was meant more toward the outside world. I don't worry too much about you coming from California to rob me across the country. Barstow, California is 2,554 miles, and I only know that because I just saw the sign the other day.
I couldn't.
Interstate 40. We were down in Wilmington when my brother was in town last week, and we went to the beach because he lives out in Oklahoma, and he wanted to watch sunrise. So we spent the night at the beach, got up, watched sunrise, came back home, and there's a sign as soon as I-40 starts that says Barstow, California, 2,554 miles. I'm like, well, and I've been on most of it. I've been on probably 90% of I-40. So.
Yeah, it's that's why I said like that's why I said like even with that I have no problem doing that because I get comics and sometimes they're impulse buys and then I'm just like, oh, I shouldn't have bought that. Like I'd rather have gotten the bigger books or gotten stuff where I can actually read more and make notes. But like JSA's, that was like I sold my collection a while back and to help my family out and stuff. And I just finished collecting. That was the only comic I held on from my original. And I just finished collecting the series again. Just single issue, just hunting it down and trying to find it. I would even take no help for it because I was just like, I want to find them on my own.
Right.
And I had found this guy. He's like, I have the whole collection. I'll give it to you for $50. I was like, I'll take it. Like I'm down.
Wow.
It was that run, and what was nice, it was John's 07, and just I was like, that was like over 100 and something books in there, and it was just like, yes,
dang.
Like
I'm slowly collecting the Mighty Thor series.
So my boss that I was telling you told me he's getting back into comics, and that stuff that he's been trying to do is Thor. He actually traded his Thor comics for the comics I bought off him. And he's just like, I regret that decision. I'm like, yeah, I would have too. I'm not regretting it because I got what I wanted.
Right.
No, but you should never choose.
I would love, I've got 100, I had about half of them, which is crazy because I find them in dollar boxes, man. Or you go to a convention, it'll be like, one of the conventions I went to, like 30 for $20. Okay, I will buy 30 of this Thors for $20, 68 cents a piece or whatever.
Hey, trust me, I totally understand that because every time I go to cons, that's literally what I'm doing. I'll do interviews, but that's why I like having that board strapped to me because I can just sit there at my box and just sit there, ooh, I got that book now, and I'll just start Like, I'm collecting right now, the Death of Superman and the Reign of Superman runs, just to kinda get into that story a little bit, because that's my goals. I'd love to cover that one day.
Yeah.
Go through it all. Because for a long time, I was a Superman hater. I did not like anything with Superman, and it took me a while. I got into him more recently, and I've grown to appreciate the character. And it was actually through Action Comics 775 that got me into, like, yeah, now I understand more what I was missing out on, and just fell in love with this character more and more. But yeah,
I'm really looking forward to the Absolute Superman.
and do you have any questions about it, you can come to me, because I'm
All
actually
right.
I'm not so that's the thing with my stuff too, is I don't cover new stuff right away. It's just is a lot to do. It just I'd rather wait till it ends and then talk
Then
about
do a cover on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting ready to do it's, I had it here originally, but I put it over there. I'm doing, the JSA Year 1, so every time I'm reading it, I'm making notes and stuff. So it's just 1, 2, 3 for me to get into. Let's talk about it, let's have some fun with it. But, I'm also doing that in Grayson from 2016 and kinda doing a odd video if it's overhated or if it's under. So, I'm kinda curious to see how that's gonna go.
Heck yeah.
But yeah.
All right, Annika, do you want to do your this or that real quick?
Sure.
All right.
Let me pull it up really quick.
We don't do the Mortal Kombat style, but we might have to start doing that. That's pretty fun.
No, dun, dun, dun.
Exactly.
We're gonna get copy. We're gonna
Yeah,
get
that's why I
copyrighted.
kept it under 5 seconds for you guys.
Yeah.
Is that the rule? 5
I
seconds?
think it's 10 seconds, and then it goes
Okay.
copyrighted. And that's what I've had to tell my buddy too on my movie podcast when he does songs. I'm like, keep it down, like, keep it to under.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm changing the lyrics. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Okay.
You got it pulled up?
No, my screen went black. Hold on. Okay, I got them pulled up, I think. I will be grading you on this.
ooh.
Yeah, this is her trick, is she'll give you a grade. I always finish in the negative, and I think unless your name's Stephanie Phillips, she's the only person to ever get positive on this show. So,
set myself up for failure right now.
Yeah, like, don't have high expectations of getting any points here.
You'll see about this, Dad. Anyways, so first question. Okay. Golden Age.
Hold on,
Wait,
one second,
Yeah.
Annika. 1 second. You don't realize this, but this or that in her world has correct and wrong and correct answers.
So the podcast might end right at that point if I get
No, that's just how you get your points.
Yeah,
like, you can be wrong in this or that, which makes no sense. But hey, Annika's world, we just live in it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, go ahead, Annika.
Okay, so Golden Age. Okay, heads up. I am picking one before you answer. Okay?
Okay.
Grr.
So if you somehow manage to pick the one, you'll get a point.
Okay.
I think Stephanie Phillips read my mind. Okay, anyways, so Golden Age Superman or modern Superman?
I go modern, and the only reason is I always hate that goofy smile on him. So every time you see Batman with a smile, it feels weird. So I can't go.
Tally marks. You're getting tally marks. Okay. Batman Beyond suit or the Hellbat armor?
Just because of pure nostalgia for me, it's gonna go Batman Beyond. That's always been my thing.
Okay. Well, I should probably actually do this. Okay, so you got 100 points for the first one, and I'm going to negative. No, and I'm minusing one, so you have 99 points.
Okay, I'll take the 99 points.
You're getting a running total.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Yeah, Ellen Scott, Green Lantern, or Kyle Rayner,
Kyle.
Green Lantern.
See, this is a 50-50 thing because I enjoy both. Alan is my JSA guy, so I've always been a supportive person behind it. Doesn't do his kids always right, but he is still an interesting character to see. Kyle Rayner, I actually just got his first appearance the other day. It's one of my favorite stories. So out of pure nostalgia too, because I really love that story because that's when Hal goes bad. I'm gonna go Kyle Rayner. I do like
Okay.
Alan Scott. That's a 50-50. That's a 50-50 thing. Like if by a slim hair it goes to.
Okay. I'm so sorry. You've 98.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
Plenty of time to make it up.
I'll make it up. I'll hopefully get to on the next one.
Okay. Poison. Okay. Poison Ivy, Echo, Tourist era, or anti-hero era?
Eco-terrorist?
I can't read.
Again, another 50-50 thing because I like both. I would go villain. I enjoy her as a villain more than I enjoy her as an anti-hero.
Yes.
I feel like it fits her more, other than when she's with Harley. Because when Harley, I feel like they work together as an anti-hero group. But I gotta go villain.
Yeah. But her, like, I'm talking about her, like, alone.
Oh yeah, I would go. I like her alone in that. My favorite moment with her as a villain, period, is when she used lipstick against Superman in Hush. And so just seeing how powerful she can be like that, I liked her as a villain from that point on. So, villain
Okay, you
by
have
herself.
500 points.
Oh, I made that back. I made the 2 points back.
You did.
Yep.
Trust me, it can go downhill quick. Just
Okay.
temper your expectations.
Okay. Teen Titans Tower T-shape or the Hall of Justice?
Can I go 50-50 on a question? Because I do like both.
You cannot, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. I'm giving you a hint.
Now, are we going Hall of Justice like Super Friends Hall of Justice or just Hall of Justice, period?
Period. Dad.
You know what? I'll go Hall of Justice. I like the Teen Titans Tower. But Hall of Justice, again, I remember watching the Super Friends show just all the time at the Hall of Justice, and I've always liked the Watchtower, but I've always liked the Hall of Justice. So it's kind of goes both ways.
Okay, you have 499.
Okay,
I'm
I
so
picked
sorry.
the Teen Titans. Wow.
No.
I just like the T shape. That's really it.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, but it was awesome.
Okay, Mr. Miracle, Scott Free, or Big Barda?
I like these characters a lot too. Mr. Miracle is one of my top 5 characters of all time. So I'm gonna go Mr. Miracle.
Duh. You're 498. I like Big Barda more.
Yeah,
I just like saying it.
I like Big Barda. And she's a great character. Husband and wife actually on her first appearance too. But Mr. Miracle to me is one of those characters that I've always stood out with a lot more. So I gotta give it to Mr. Miracle.
Okay. John Kent or Damian Wayne?
Damian Wayne. I'm gonna put it there right now. Damian's always
correct.
I didn't like him originally, but he's grown on me. So I've actually appreciated him as Robin.
You have 100.
I just like that whole mentality.
You have 1,110.
Heck yeah. I've always enjoyed Damien, especially like the whole mentality of "Hello, Father." Can we go? King? I will make sure this happens correctly. And he sits there with his sword ready to go. It's just always funny to me to watch him.
Yeah,
that is hilarious.
Okay, next. Lex Luthor in Power Suit or Lex Luthor as president?
This might sound like a hot take, but I will go president. I've always liked that power set where he doesn't feel nothing can touch him. And that's what makes him so unique with that position, because you think he's still out for the United States and he's always out for the people. But in the long run, he still has his villainous traits. And I always like
Yeah.
that a little bit. So I'm gonna go President Luthor.
You have 1-1-1-1. Because I like that.
1-1-1-1. Okay. I'll take 11-11. We'll go.
Okay. Catwoman Burglar era or Catwoman anti-hero era. Like her alone, not like in the Gotham City Sirens or anything.
I'm gonna go Burglar. I don't like her with the Sirens, never have. And I'm gonna go Burglar.
Yeah, it's almost like, Harley and Ivy is she's like a third wheel when it comes to that,
Yeah.
Whenever I see her, I go, it's one of those, like, you ever watch, I know you guys probably have Thor Love and Thunder when they have the Guardians and then here comes Thor in the middle of it. That's exactly how I look at Catwoman. Just like, I'm here. Like, no, go. Like, just go back. Like, we don't want you here.
Okay. But have you read Gotham City Sirens and Fit for Orbit?
Yes, I have. It's one of those, like,
That's
it's okay. It's not my go-to, but I've always liked the Burglar just because I've always liked that version of Selena.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah, I guess.
How many points did he lose?
I'll stick at 11-11.
Just for that, you get 1-1-1-2.
Okay, I'll take 1-1-1-2.
Okay.
I think she just hates me.
I told you were my favorite.
But I have video
Alfred.
proof that. Right, I have video proof you don't hate.
Yeah, me. Yeah. And I'll make the post for you. I got you there.
Okay. Crisis on Infinity Earths or Flashpoint. I like fish better. My fish here are doing well.
That's a good event too. Both of them. I'm gonna go Crisis on Infinite Earth. I've always loved George Perez's art. The stakes were real in that. Flashpoint was erased after a certain point where it was just like, oh yeah, we go back to the normal time frame. That's it. It's just like, I liked Batman as Thomas, and always liked that. But I'm gonna have to go Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Okay, you have 1-1-1-3.
Okay, I'll take.
Okay.
All right. Skip the next one, Annika. We got to speed this up a little bit. It's getting late for you.
Okay. Killer Croc or King Shark?
King Shark, easily. I'm not even.
Correct.
I won't even play this fan.
Okay, you have 1-1-1-1-1-8. Okay.
Oh, I went up.
Wait.
I went up like 10,000.
What is that?
1-1-1-1-1-8.
I went up like
Jesus.
I went over.
Yeah, you have 111,118 points.
Blue Lantern Corps or Indigo Tribe.
So funny thing. I am a Blue Lantern Corps member, or like there's tests and stuff that you can do for that, and I've tested into blue, so I'm going blue. I've always liked the Blue Lantern Corps. All about hope. I just put another one in front of all of those other ones because I'm tired of writing numbers.
1,111,000. Yeah.
Okay, Shazam family or Bat family? Superman's. Oh wait, sorry. Shazam family or Bat family?
Bat family. I always liked Dick Grayson. I love Red Hood. Batgirl, amazing. I just put another one.
You can skip the next one.
Ones.
11 million now.
Okay. Harley Quinn animated series, Harley Quinn animated series, Harley, or comic book Harley. This is even hard for me. Why would you put this on here, Father?
I don't know.
AJ, I'll allow you to go 50-50 on this one.
Okay, I'll go 50-50 because I do like the show, but I've always been appreciative of the comics with her. If you would have said Batman the animated series, that would have been like, yeah, I'm going BTAS, like, period. Like, that's just Harley to me. But I like comics more, but I'll go 50-50 on.
You have
All right, skip the next two.
1111118.
Way too many. Skip the next two and then do the last two.
Mad Hatter, Mid Control Tech, or Scarecrow Fear Toxin?
Mind Control Tech.
So you said the Mad Hatter Mind Control or the Scarecrow Fear Toxin? Or Scarecrow Fear Toxin. I've always liked that too. Very intriguing.
I was impressed with the way they used Mad Hatter's ability in the.
Oh yeah. I do like Mad Hatter, but I can't get past his goofy design in Batman the Animated Series. Every time I see him, that's all I think of. So it's got
and like Alice's Wonderland. I just want like it. Come on.
Exactly.
Make a new character.
Exactly.
Okay. Justice League International or Justice League Unlimited?
I'm going Justice League Unlimited. I will go
Okay.
Justice League Unlimited. I like International.
Okay.
I like with Guy Gardner getting punched in the face in that case, but I gotta go.
Okay. So, can I tell you your final score?
All right, ahead.
Your
It's
score
positive,
is
apparently.
111111111.
Hey, I'll take it.
111,111,000.
Is that more than Stephanie Phillips?
It probably is.
No, that can't be right.
I don't. No, it can't be more than Stephanie Phillips.
We're gonna drop you down to next.
You're in the
111.
Look, you're in the positive, just under Stephanie Phillips.
I was waiting for her to say, you know what? We're gonna go negative 11111.
Right.
Yeah. I'll just put a minus sign. Here's my paper.
Oh my goodness. We can't read it. It's like whose line is it anyway? Everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Right?
I'm Drew Carey.
I'm Drew Carey.
Yep. I'll be your Greg Proops or your Ryan Stiles, whatever, or Colin Mockery, whatever.
Right? Great show. Great show.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions here.
Absolutely.
They're fun questions. You've already answered the first comic book, JSA, right? Who was the first? Was that also your first favorite? Who was your first favorite superhero?
So, you could always go Batman because of Batman the Animated Series. But my first hero that I really truly enjoyed, that I actually like, my love for this character didn't come till the years later because at the time I was just reading comics just to read them. I didn't really have like a favorite to go to. But I would go The Question. The Question was always my first love, and I've always I love the JSA as a team. So if you said favorite team, absolutely JSA.
Yeah.
But The Question to me was a character I was introduced to Justice League show, and then I started reading them. And then Renee became The Question at one point. And I fell in love with Renee Montoya as one of my favorite characters of all time. So just having her story come in. But I would say The Question was just so intriguing to me that I was like, I like this guy that has no face on him. And it's just a detective. Like, it's intriguing. And I would swear I would say that was my first superhero love. Like if I had to go JSA, it'd be it was actually who was it? I had quite a few in that. I actually would go or Sanderson Hawkins or Atom Smasher, which is right here. Was also one of my other favorite heroes.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite current series?
Current series, I really enjoy Justice League Unlimited. That has been one of my one reads. Anything with Mark Waid's hands on it, I'm absolutely reading. Lemire's JSA run is really good. I have really enjoyed that. Outside DC, Transformers. I feel even though Johnson, I believe, just went off, he's no longer writing the series, but Johnson's run was just phenomenal. Like, just when you off some of the more important Transformers right in the beginning, it actually made for an intriguing story. It was just like, okay, there's no Bumblebee. Good. Like, I don't want Bumblebee. I hate saying that. It's like, I
Right.
want a story, you know, and
Right.
it just, I would say those and TMNT were right away, like, my main ones I've been reading.
Okay. If you could live in any comic book universe, which one would you choose? You have to say DC, right?
DC to me is where I would go. I don't know why the last Ronin TMNT world came into my mind too.
I haven't read it yet. I have it up here. I haven't read it.
I wish I would have pulled it out. I have it slabbed, signed by Eastman and
Ooh.
Laird. That's been the
Wow.
#1. It was one of my prized possessions. I still own it. I'll never sell that bad boy. Like, that cost me a lot of money to do all that.
Yeah.
Never once.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I would go DC, and I would mainly go Metropolis, and I wouldn't go Gotham, which is really weird for me. I would probably go Metropolis.
A little cleaner.
Well, there's
know?
more stuff that happens that's more intriguing there.
Yeah, superhero, you know. Yeah, I can see
Monster
that.
fights.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Super speed. And
Super speed.
I've always went, this is so funny for me to do. I was asked this the other day. I said, I can get fat. I can eat whatever I want. It burns off quick, and I can get to wherever I want to, you know, and get stuff done pretty quick. I'd go super speed.
Exactly.
I don't want to.
I like that.
I would probably get off the ground and I'd look down and I'd fall. So I'd go super speed. like nope.
That's great. Which comic book character would you want as your sidekick?
Oh, easily. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Renee Montoya being the person I gravitate to the most. I feel like her and I would be great in that. The other one would be Martian Manhunter. I've always liked Martian Manhunter for a reason there too. And I've always
that absolute Martian Manhunter is trippy.
Oh, I remember starting to read that on DC Infinite, and I just went, "What am I reading?" And it took a little bit, and then finally, it's like, okay, I kind of see where they're going.
Yeah,
but no, those two would be my main two.
All right, it's the last one I have. If your life were a comic book, what would the title be?
That's a good one. Chaos in the DC world, I'd probably go with, because that's exactly where I'm at right now. It's like anything DC Comics, I'm scrambling for who I'm going to cover, who I'm going to do here, and it's just like I go chaos in the DC, universe. Like, that's just how I look at it. I'll get DC away from Crisis, and we'll go chaos. So I'll do one way.
That's awesome. Annakhan, do you have any questions you want to ask?
Who is your favorite cover artist?
That's another.
She does like asking this one.
I like Goyer, who actually does this one right here. Goyer's always been one I've gravitated to a lot. That is a good question. I do like Jim Lee's art. I do like his covers. I think they're great when they come out. Capullo's cover arts are great. But it depends for me with Capullo, because there are some I don't like. But my favorite always is Batman and Spawn. When he does the cover for that, that's amazing. Yeah, I would probably go Jim Lee and Goyer. Goyer is just because I always had a love for his art. So anytime I see him, I'm gravitating.
She's a huge DNA fan. David Nakayama.
Yeah. That's a great.
She gets all the Harleys in the DNA cover.
If I find
and we've gravitated towards a lot of Scotty Young stuff too. That's
yes.
My buddy's big Scotty Young collector, and anytime we go, that is exactly we ended up getting the covers for Star Wars. It was the Darth Vader, and then you had one with Princess Leia and one with the normal Star Wars, and it's just one big picture and the cover. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, I actually had Wade sign it this year, and then we already had Scotty Young sign it. So
sweet,
fun to have that in our collection.
We haven't met Scotty Young. Well, we haven't met a lot of people. We did meet the co-creator of Deadpool.
There you go.
Francis. What?
Fabian.
His name. Fabian. Thank you.
I got to meet him too at this last year. They called me out up here in San Jose.
He was funny. And then we got to meet Ron Garney, who did some Thor stuff, some 5 issues that God of Thunder. So
yeah, Fabian was cool. I got to meet him, but I took him Cable #1. I didn't take him Deadpool. He goes, you know what?
She took a Barbie that he edited back in the early 90s, and he was like, what? He's like, he opens the cover, he's like, oh yeah, I remember these people.
I remember meeting Denny Cohen, who co-created Static Shock and Hardware and Icon and all them. And I got to meet him because he also did the art for The Question with Dennis O'Neil. And so I had him sign this book, and he goes, oh yeah, this is when I had him smoke weed. And it's like, what? I was like, what?
What?
I was like, now funny. I gotta go back and read this again. So I'm still there trying to go back and read all this. I'm like, no way. And I got to meet Jerry Conway. And I went up there not for the first appearance of Punisher, nothing like that. I took him to the first appearance of Vixen because he was the writer of that. And so he's like, I haven't seen this in a while. And it's like, yeah, I like Vixen. And doing that and doing pictures with him and stuff was just really good. He was eating, so I stopped him from eating, so I felt guilty. But nobody was going to blind.
Yeah.
If I don't do it now, I'm never going to.
Right. Nobody's gonna. Yeah. It was really weird because we were standing there. I just got a signed print from Ron Garney, and Fabian was, but he wasn't there, but his booth was right next door. So I was like stepping out of the way, kind of in front of Fabian's booth, and then all of a sudden he showed up. So I ended up being like second or third in line because as soon as he got back, like everybody started rushing. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not moving. So that was pretty cool. We had fun at that convention. Got to meet a lot of some couple people that I've interviewed on here. Got to meet them in person. We got recognized a little bit by some people, so that was fun. Annika has to get used to that. That tripped her out a little bit. But hopefully we'll get to cross paths with you one of these days.
Absolutely. Have you ever
do you travel outside?
I do.
California?
I do at points, not all the time, but that's one of my areas. My podcast partner for my movie side lives in Tennessee, so I'm actually trying to go out there a little bit and spend some time out there with him and stuff. He used to live in California. Now he moved out there, which I'm like, because you should move out here. I'm like, no. Even though I don't like California, I don't want to move to Tennessee. Like, ain't gonna.
Why not? What's wrong with Tennessee?
I think right after he moved, when they had like the tornado, like I know they're always known for tornadoes, but they had a pretty bad storm out there. And when I heard what he went through, I was like, nah, ain't gonna happen, buddy. I'm not doing that.
We get some tornadoes, we get hurricanes, we get some bad weather.
We get
we're in North Carolina, so we just over.
We get earthquakes out here, so trust me, I totally understand.
Yeah, you're gonna earthquakes, man. Yeah. California's gonna fall in the ocean. That's what they keep telling me since I was a kid. So
I've already made my decision on moving to like Idaho if I move anywhere else. So that's exactly.
Oh, okay. Idaho.
Yeah, I've always loved it.
I tell you, we went to South Dakota. I'd move to South Dakota in a heartbeat.
One of my friends lives up there and he loves it. And it's just like, somebody I graduated high school with, he just loves it up there. And I'm just like, good for you. And he goes, you want to come up here? Not yet. I'm like, no, not yet. I'll wait a little bit. But no, I appreciate you guys having me on and talking comics.
Yeah, man.
And we'll get together soon. I'd love you guys to come on the channel and do some projects with me that's coming up.
Sure.
So
be glad to. Send me a note.
We're doing it.
We'd love to have you back.
Yeah. We're also doing a Teen Titans draft soon. So if you guys are interested, let me know. We're going to have like a group of us and we're going to just draft a team until we get 8 characters. So I'm curious if you guys are interested, I'll send you the guys the deets and we'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah, we might be able to do that. Absolutely. Message me, let me know. We'll keep in touch. And this was awesome. Thanks for joining. This was a great, fun time. Something different to do. Annika got to join from home, and she's doing great with these. So I love introducing her to new people and learning. And hopefully we'll get to see you at a convention sometime. And who knows, we might make it to California. We'll see. We're going to Michigan and Terrificon in Connecticut, and we're doing Midwest and East Coast for now, but we'll see.
If you ever are, let me know. We'll do some comic shopping videos. We'll go around and we'll start.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Videos right there. Absolutely.
It might be worth just the trip out just to do that.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I'm in Modesto. Actually about an hour out from
Modesto.
Sacramento.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an hour out from Sacramento.
Okay.
But there's stores up by the beach that I love going to for comics, and they're so often. It's just funny.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, thanks again for joining. Annika, good night. Get some sleep for school tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm tired.
All right, I'm gonna stop recording.
In a world of heroes, villains, and epic stories,
Braha, Annakhan, and their ultimate sidekick, Panel Pete, take you on adventures each week.
showing off their comic book hauls,
Fun trivia and games, honest reviews,
and inspiring conversations with creators and consumers who make it all possible.
join in on the conversation.
This is Talking Comics.
Trying to start a podcast but feeling stuck? At Aquadio, we help creators make waves with everything you need to bring your voice to life. Hosting, recording, editing, and marketing. Whether you're starting from scratch or just need a little help polishing your sound, we're here to hydropower your creativity. Comment on this video or DM us today and let's dive in.